Good evening, and welcome to the Pizza Roundtable, part of the I Need Pizza Club Network, where every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, we talk about the goings-on in the pizza world from the past week or so. I am Jim Mumford, one of your hosts this evening, joined by Anna Crusit. Anna, hello, good evening. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been a really hot week here in Pittsburgh. How about you?
Good. Very hot here in Michigan as well. I'm sure the gelato flying off the shelves as quick as you can make it.
We're producing quite a bit. My feet hurt. I think yesterday I had about 28,000 steps on my watch. Felt
28,000.
Yeah, I was so tired.
Geez, good for you. Hey, it's one way to get your steps in, probably 7 at a time, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
doing it
I run because the sooner I get done, the sooner I get to leave.
right. Exactly. It's not like you're waiting for the clock. Well, outside of those 28,000 steps, I know you've done some fun events over the past couple weeks since we've talked last.
I had an event. I was invited to do an event at a Williams Sonoma. They had an event called Margaritas and Margaritas. So it was margarita beverages by Casamigos and margarita pizzas that Breville brought me in to do. And so I was kind of showcasing the Breville Pizzaiolo oven and got to make my pizzas for the attendants there. So I was making pizzas so quickly in this tiny little oven that was cooking them at about 800 degrees. I think I did maybe 70 in 2 hours, which is like
Oh, that's
unheard of.
cranking.
But
That's wild.
it was maintaining temperature. I had the pizza gods on my side. It was just like they looked great. They were coming out. And so I was really happy with it. And I hope the ladies there were too.
I saw pictures of that on Instagram. They look great, right? I mean,
Yeah.
considering that you were cranking them out like one every 2 minutes, what less than?
Just about.
Just about. I mean, good for you, because especially in way kitchen with a way oven, like you said, the pizza gods were smiling on you because there are so many factors out of your control that just could have went upside down. It
Right.
looked great.
If the bottoms weren't cooking or if the tops were burning, because you don't have
You got
time.
you,
You don't have
no,
time
you
to
don't.
recover on those.
Yeah, I don't think people realize just that fine line, right, about the bottom and the top cooking at the same and holding temperature, and the stone recharge. So good for you. Look great,
Yeah,
and what a great event.
I've had that oven for years and I use it in my house, but I've never used it in a capacity like that. And I was just like overly impressed. I impressed myself with
I mean,
it.
you are award winning and one of the top 50 best, and so I
Surprised
mean,
me. I shouldn't be surprised.
no, you shouldn't. Well, that's incredible. Yeah, it sounds like a fun event. I wish it weren't a 17-hour drive away from me, or I probably would have stopped by.
It was a 5-hour drive for me, but I
Yeah,
still went.
yeah, good for you. Well, we have 6 really different articles this evening, and I think for the first one, we are going to stay in New England. So this one I saw, and I just had to hop on. So there were several that I could have picked. This one, courtesy of WTNH. Uh, and yes, and we've talked about the barbs going back and forth between Connecticut and New York about pizza capital, but it's not official until you put it on a license plate. So here's a picture of the new sample pizza state license plate, courtesy of the state of Connecticut. First reactions: are you a little jealous you live in Pennsylvania and not Connecticut right now?
A little bit, and I love this. I think that it's such a fun idea, and I wish that like Pizzavania, like how can we like
Oh my
incorporate
gosh.
pizza into Pennsylvania because it just needs to be there, but Pennsylvania really doesn't have any, you know, credibility around that. We have a lot of great pizzerias
Oh
here,
my
but like
gosh.
we've never gone after the title of it. And New York always says that they hold it, and these states just come up and say, I mean, is New York gonna come up with a license plate?
I mean, your move, stay in New York, right? I mean,
Yeah.
listen, Connecticut's going for the throne, and we always side eyed. They've got the one style to New York's 20, or even Pennsylvania's 20.
Yeah.
But listen, they're going for it, and now they're stamping it, right? So oh, these are cool, right? It's fun, right? It's a little nice shot in the back and forth, and I cannot wait to see New York's response because it will be hilarious. I like it. Oh, it is fun, not hurting anybody.
Yeah, I thought, and they're cute. It's cute design. I think like bringing awareness for the food share is very cool. And like
Yeah,
for the
it's
state, because usually, like government doesn't get too involved in these things.
no,
And for the state to be like, this is something that we can do officially, I thought was neat.
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I say there's altruism, right? It's going to Connecticut Food Share as most kind of specialty plates do. So it's a win all around. A little jealous. My only comment is that is not a slice of New Haven pizza. That's not right. That's a generic chain pizza. It doesn't at least give me like the black or something. That's my only comment. But again, it is a sample, right? They've still got time to hash it out.
Yeah. Someone should write them though.
Well, I'm sure the state of Connecticut watches this program, and they are already on it. But if not, we'll fire up the jet and we'll go out there and grab a couple
We're
slices.
always here to help.
We're always here to help. Awesome. And I just posted about New Haven style pizza day actually. So hey, on your way out to Delaware Beach, did you stop by the Jersey Shore?
Did I stop by the Jersey
Yeah,
Shore?
where does it? I don't know your route. Probably doesn't take you anywhere close. I'm guessing.
No, I was in King of Prussia and went
It's
over to
not even.
Delaware. I
That's
didn't
complete
get over far
wrong
enough.
way. Have you ever been to the Jersey Shore?
No. Oh, that's a lie. I mean, I've been to Atlantic City.
Okay,
Jersey's
yeah,
close
there you
enough.
go. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been to the Seaside Heights boardwalk a few times, and it is just a set stage, such a vibe, right? Because it's kind of like somewhere between a beach town, a festival, right? There's all sorts of just there's activities and there's all sorts of shops, and it's really fun. And a place that I fell in love with, that we talked about here from app.com is Maruca's, right? Those, Maruca's just celebrated 75 years in the Seaside Heights boardwalk. And the thing about Maruca is that they kind of are that specialty. It's that swirl on top, right? So these are big pies. They're similar-ish to like a classic New York. I would say maybe a little more crisp, but the difference is, the swirl of sauce on top, generally none below, which that caramelizes and it just gives you a little bit different mouthfeel. And then these are huge. These are always, 20 ounce or 20-inch slices. Um, really cool. So they call them tomato pies up there, even though they're not like a tomato pie you would have by you. But yeah, Trenton style pizza, Maruca 75 years. I wanted to bring this one up because it's fun. They are in the book. Just I was fell in love with just how how eye grabbing that is. And that's kind of the point, right? Is you're in the boardwalk, you walk by, you see that in the window, like, oh, that's a cool thing. I want to get one of those pies.
We have, I mean, I go to Rehoboth Beach with our family. We've been going, 30 years. And the grotto pizza that's there has the same similar swirl. And I have no doubt that they grabbed that off of the Jersey Shore pizza. I
I'm
don't
sure.
think
And
Grotto's has been around 75 years.
no, probably not. No, yeah, I've met Dominic, just awesome dude. You can just see how thin they are.
It's
It's
a
a
huge
family
pizza in
stuff.
that picture.
They are huge. I mean, they are. I tell you, 20 inch, right? Because they're meant to be the big boardwalk kind of thing. So, oh, fun. It's when all the news, it's always this place is closing, this place is this changed, and Maruca's is which our business is very seasonal, right? Being on the Jersey
Mhm.
Shore, to go 75 years, I thought was really cool. I just want to take a minute
It's
to
incredibly impressive. I think I'm around 15 years this year, and I'm like, I don't know how people 75.
75
So
is
many.
to be fair with all the steps you've been putting in, it probably feels like 75 years, but
Feels like 75 years.
oh, yeah, it's fun. So next one I wanted to talk about is kind of interesting. I wanted to get your take specifically. I didn't send this one to you ahead of time because I found it kind of in the 11th hour. But this one is slate.com. I'll kind of get your pure reactions. Uh, The title is, Pizza with a Sense of Place. And researchers at the University of Florida have documented what makes local pizzerias stand the test of time, right? So we have said Maruca is 75 years, you're 15 years, which is incredible. So I'll just ask you before we go into the research. 15 years, what makes a local pizzeria stick, in your opinion?
My first two thoughts around it would be like the sense of community or creating a consistent experience for your customer. That they come back and it's the same. The honestly the same faces if you can have them, the same food, the same experience. They just want consistency around it. So that's what I would say. I mean, if you last 75 years, it's the 75 years of the same. And that's what's most impressive.
Yeah.
We'll see what the article says.
Well, I promise you didn't read this ahead of time. And this is a great article. I really want everyone to go to slate.com to read through it because there's a lot with this interview. I went through oral histories and interviews, but kind of go through, the punchline. Here we go. Got favorite story. Says rather than focusing only on speed or price, it can be by offering character, inventive toppings, personal service, and a sense of place. Which I think is what you just said, right? You have character with your pizza, it's consistent, and you've got that community, right? Sense of place, community, that is it, right? Where you come in, you are comfortable, you know it's going to be a really positive experience every time. That's what I would have said. That's what you said. And turns out the research supports Chef Anna. You're right on it.
Well, on my way to 75.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. And yeah, because you think about, and I've been to a lot of chains that have closed and places that have closed, and they maybe have had this or haven't. And, some of it is location and everything. But you're a family business, right? For the most part. And so is Maruca's. Do you think that family aspect lends to that sense of community at all?
I do. I do. I think it would feel different if the family wasn't in the business. At least in the beginning, we were there all of the time. And now with having our own families, we're there most of the time, just not all of the time. So I think that, just on Saturday, there was a lady, I was running carry out. I just driven home from the beach. I got in at like 30, parked my car, and I thought, I'm going to work. I have to go to work. So I haven't been there. So I drove to work and I was just, helping them out. And a customer was like, are you the owner? And yeah, I'm the owner. And I saw you in this article and we love your pizza and we drive an hour and a half to come here and get it. And it was so nice, but I was happy to be there for that interaction, because she'll come back, hopefully.
Right. Right. I mean, yeah, not only is the food great, but they make a connection, right? And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You make a connection with the people doing it, and they feel like they're that step closer. That's cool and that's fun. Anyways, great article. Look through it. It sounds like you've got the recipe to go 150 more years. If you can make enough
That would
gelato.
be crazy. Could you imagine?
No,
What
I
what companies are 150 years?
sure they're out there. Uh, so the next one, and this is again, we talk about longevity. So this one certainly in I would say the pizza community is a big one. So New York Times, James Leprino, Willy Wonka of Cheese, revolutionized pizza, passed away at 87 here in the past weeks. And I'm sure you're familiar. James Leprino, are you familiar with him, his work, his legend?
I have heard of, but honestly, I didn't know much outside of this article. So I was happy that you brought it to my attention. This is impressive.
Is so the kind of summarize the article, and again, welcome everyone to read it. So basically 85% of cheese in chain pizzerias comes from his empire. If you think about how many literal tons of cheese that is staggering percent. It is, and all comes from what started as an Italian grocery in Denver to this empire. So, again, his death was, last month, but, kind of just publicized now. But, everyone's written about him, Forbes, and just, how he's done this empire. But really, it comes through the production, right? How he could mass produce it and then ship it and then kind of made a lot of these chains viable in places where maybe they wouldn't be, right, because of their refrigeration or sourcing or whatever things. And if you really true think, I think they call him the Willy Wonka of cheese. He's kind of the godfather to chain pizza, as this article kind of goes through.
I mean, just think about even that refrigerated process of being able to do it, package it, and ship it, the logistics around it, uh, how that has allowed franchises to just grow in general, not even just with cheese, but to be able to duplicate that into any other industry is like, that's powerful. And that's like a lot of genius around it. And to have like the forward thought to say like this is something that can move in that direction.
Nailed it. So I actually looked up, it says here 50, over 50 patents for cheese making. I looked some of them up. I mean, you're talking about devices to shred it. You're talking about, lubricant. I mean, the detail, the industrial kind of breadth of work. But, they highlight a couple aging process. They reduce it basically from days, weeks to hours. And then the quick freezing methods were really kind of the ones that, looks like kind of changed the game. So, so really cool. He invented pizza cheese, we talked about and people know, right? It's that the kind of blend, right? All the change used, right? 85%. But great article. Certainly read it, and just kind of interesting to see, the person behind something that most people haven't heard of, but they have absolutely, I guarantee almost every person in the country has had one of his products.
Yeah, that's what a legacy.
You got that right. Yeah, that's 85%. That's still a staggering number. How many places do you source cheese from? I'm curious.
Probably two.
Too. But I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, you don't want too many on one. Just, you're not going down to Aldi and seeing what cheese they have today. Like you've got
No,
your favorites.
not usually. We use grande cheese for our Sicilians, and we make our own mozzarella for our Neapolitan pizza. So, what
Kind of making your own matcha. Just casually dropping in, and we make our own cheese at our
we do,
stores.
we
I
have
know you
since
do.
day one.
I know, and that's what makes you special, and that's what makes you award winning. And
So, yeah, but when you compete, it's like, but we do use Lupara, I guess three. We use Lupara buffalo mozzarella. We don't make our own buffalo mozz. It's
what's
just
the
better.
difference? What's the difference in making your own buffalo? Is it a different process or just?
We don't get the buffalo, the curd.
Mm.
And
Well,
not
then
that
that's
I
probably
mean, we could make the curd, you have to buy the buffalo milk and from Italy, I don't know.
okay. Yeah,
Sounds
listen, I'm
like
just learning. I'm just talking to a pizza expert here at this point.
sounds like
Mm,
money.
yeah, that's fair. So next one, I was excited. I was excited to see this one come up. So this is courtesy of
Fun.
PMQ. The response to the Niles robotic location has surprised the people who built it. So we've covered this, was the third time, fourth time we've covered
Yes,
it.
at
Um,
least.
but just as a refresher, I think this in the Columbus airport. House has built a completely autonomous pizza making robot, right? And there's a video here I won't click on, but I mean, this thing, you go up, it's a vending machine, you hit the button, you watch it go in, and all of a sudden it shoots one out. Uh, and
And it
I,
puts it in a hot box,
yes,
and
which
you
is
can
just,
order ahead and pick it up out of the hot box.
you can do it, right? You wait for your luggage to come out in concourse B.
Yeah,
But the one quote I want to highlight: people compare the robot pizzas to ones from the stores, and the robot pizzas were deemed universally superior. Chef Anna, are robots coming for our jobs?
it certainly sounds like it. That's what I heard when I read this article. Because I thought, the 1%, they are accurate. Like their accuracy is it's like no variance. And what I thought was so impressive was after the pizza's made, if it's not perfect, it will make another one. Like, how does it know? I can't get people to know.
Right.
And I looked up too, because I thought, we talked about why would they
Mhm.
put it outside
Yeah.
of the security, and it intentionally was put there so that they could get more eyes on it. So people who were interested in going to just see the unit for tech companies or food, that you would have access to it. And I thought that
It's
that was really neat.
yeah, it's rare that all of our questions from an article gets answered with another article, but our whole thing, I remember you and Will said, right? If it is it going to be quality, right? Is this a gimmick? Is it going to be good? Looks like it is, right? And it's being well maintained. And listen, I don't think that these are going to be everywhere. I am sure they are not cost effective, right? I know a little bit about robotics like this. Trust me, they're not. It's interesting and it's cool to just see, all right, what can we learn, right? Can there be some sort of laser technology to do some QC, right? After it's made, or where is it? So, for all the, I don't want to say side eye, but all the questions we had, it looks like we were kind of should sell it short. Um, and
I
it
was
looks good.
skeptical. It really was. I mean, initially you're like, well, I've seen pizza made in a vending machine before. But I think the concept around this with like the precision and the quality of the ingredients. I mean, Donato's is good pizza. So
It is.
I think that like you're checking all the boxes and then you're also meeting like the needs of the people in that community or in that market because they're open 24 hours. That robot's working 24 hours. And a lot of pizza shops or restaurants in an airport close. And so if you're coming off a late flight or you're an employee there and you want something to eat, I mean, that pizza is going to be ready for you in 20 minutes. And then so I started thinking, if it's only because if you watch that video, it's not
It's
speedy. Like
yeah.
it's fast, but if you're trying to turn out pizzas, you're just going to have to wait. So I guess I don't know how many they could sell in a day, but maybe we'll see another one next to this.
Well, I think, right, it's a proof of concept, right? And they're
Yeah.
proving it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Again, I've worked with machines like this outside of the food a lot, right? And they are fussy, but they can be very accurate. And they can be, once they're dialed in, right, you set and forget it. So it's interesting. It's fun. This will not be the last time we talk about this. And I do think, we talked about last night's show. I do know the Pizza Expo in Columbus, right? So I'm sure people are going to be flying into Columbus and they're going to see this, right? Which I don't think is a complete coincidence, right? Where it is. And I'm sure it's going to get some traction that way.
Yeah, I want to go see it. I think my car might take a detour. I'm not even flying to Columbus and I I would really love to go and just experience it.
It's
I
like
think that's also
halfway between us, kind of. Not really,
yeah.
but
I don't know.
no, not really. It's,
I'm
5 hours for each of
I'm
us. So
staying till Tuesday.
you are.
Huh.
Hmm,
Are you going?
interesting. Maybe I might make an appearance. It's not that far. I gotta juggle some. I know. No one's invited me till you right now. So really,
Really?
yeah. Well, I'm just a
I
I'm just a
think
podcast co-host.
I well, I am doing a demo
There you go. I'm
on
invited.
different
What
gelato flavors.
what date? Let's just pub that right now.
Monday, the 27th of October is the demo, I think 145. And I am having some gelato equipment that's being sent there. And I'm going to just do some cold process mix. And we're going to throw it in the machine and you're going to get to taste it out of it. So if you
Okay.
or anybody has
Good.
recommendations on flavors they want me to make, it's unique gelato flavors is the demo. So it's like, where do we want to go from here? Because I feel like I need more. I am the type of person where I would want to make like 10 flavors and you can't do that in a 1 hour demo.
If I give you some flavors and you make them, I will drive down on the 27th. I'll be there. Bet.
Let's
Oh, this is great. We'll work on this off camera, and I the wheels are turning. And do you like gochujang? Is that one of your favorite flavors? Or yeah, exactly. I'm going to give you a challenge now. I'm not going to make this
people
chocolate
are
and
going to want to
cherry.
eat these, but here's the thing. I truly feel like I can make gelato out of most anything. I do struggle when it comes to sorbetos and alcohol just
Okay.
because of the sugar.
Yeah, it's hard.
It can make them taste great, but the scoopability on it
Texture.
isn't like not great. So still
All right.
working.
Nice. All right. Last article. I was excited about this one. We might bring this up next week for Will because I know he has kids too. Um, is from All Recipes. Kraft is releasing a first of its kind mac and cheese flavor, and they tried it first. You've wanted it, is now finally here. pizza, mac and cheese. I mean, do I even have to say anything, or is this just perfect?
I don't know that you know this, but my husband works for Kraft.
Didn't know that. That's funny.
So he works for Kraft Heinz, and he worked for Heinz, and then
Pittsburgh.
Heinz bought Kraft, and so then now he works
Yeah.
for the Kraft Heinz company. And while we don't eat a ton of mac and cheese, and I can't believe I'm saying this on the record, a ton of Kraft products in our house, I do buy these types of boxes just to test them. But I said to Steve today, I have not seen the pizza one on the market. Like
I have
usually it's
neither.
pretty quick to move in Pittsburgh, especially because it's Pittsburgh and Heinz, but haven't seen it.
I haven't seen either. I checked the store like a couple hours ago. I'm going to keep checking. Listen, I'm here for it. So smells like pizza, notes of oregano and garlic. Um, I think it's gonna be awesome, right? Listen, Kraft mac and cheese is what it is. I'm a huge fan. It has been made in this house in the past 24 hours. And they've had, they've done other flavors. Everything bagel one was actually really good. But I think the pizza one is just gonna be, I mean, a true slam dunk. I am here for it. Please thank your husband for me. I cannot wait to try it on camera in a couple weeks when it comes out.
I'm going to find my box too, and we'll eat it together.
Perfect. This could be a whole pizza log, round two kind of thing. But I love, right. I mean, again, the flavors are going to be good. They wouldn't put anything out that's not. I expected the color to maybe different, to be like a reddish or more orange, but I don't care at this point. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put little pieces of crispy pepperoni in that. I'm going to spike it, and it's
Oh,
going
no,
to be,
seriously.
yeah,
That's
like
fine.
all day. So I'm good. I'm glad we're on the same page here. You're a fan. This has to be good. This has to be good.
Yes. I mean, like I said, even if it doesn't say Kraft or Heinz on it, they own 35% of the grocery store. So most everything that people buy that comes into their home is a Kraft Heinz product. But we do eat the macaroni and cheese, but other cheese things, maybe not.
Yeah, fair.
I'll just say that.
Now I'm thinking, do I put this? I can put this on pizza, right? You make it. You got pizza, and it's Inception kind of thing. And yeah, all the wheels are turning.
Pizza,
Yeah,
mac and cheese on pizza.
yeah.
Let's
What I
go.
really want is just the powder. Like, let me buy that powder in bulk because I could do a lot of fun things. Yeah, I have multiple flavors of cheese powder in this house for various reasons, and I love
I
it.
don't think I have a I don't think I have a leave for that though. I'm thinking about the people that work. He works in HR.
Mm,
So, but I do know a food scientist that works for Kraft Heinz. So
there you go.
maybe
Listen, they can have 'em on the show if that's allowed, right?
we
We can
can
talk.
get you some bags of the powder.
That's fine. Listen, I'll take beggars cannot be choosers. In this instance, I am begging for pizza flavored cheese powder.
As
All
long as
right, boy, that's a great one to end on. Anna, where can we find you and your wonderful pizza and gelato shop on the internet?
we are at Mercurio's PGH on Instagram, and I am Anna.Crucit.
Both instant follows, by the way. I love it. You put out so much good stuff in your shop. I'm Jim Cooks Food Good, wherever you get your content. Of course, we are the I Need Pizza Club. Instagram, YouTube, like, rate, follow, subscribe, all those things for this podcast. We really do appreciate it. Following the show, like we usually do, we'll be over in the Clubhouse app for a little bit, talking about some of the things we may miss or a little bit after show. But until then, please tune in next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, for another episode of the Pizza Roundtable. Good night, Ann.
Have a good night.